Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. You know, as a small business owner, we do many things besides just the drains and the rainwater drainage. Of course, we're going to maintain our vehicles as well. And behind me, there is a 2008 Chevy Express. It's a 6.0 liter. We've got 520,000 miles on this vehicle. It's time to change that oil again. Let's take a look. So since the beginning, I've always used Valvoline for the oil, and I've always used Fram filters. Okay, I know there's a lot of talk about those Fram filters, but I've got 520,000 miles on this truck. A 6.0 liter 2008 Chevy Express, 2500. You can see what it calls for in the oil, 5W30. Try to use that, and we're going to change this oil. It'll only take about 5 minutes. So here on the oil pan plug, we just go ahead and loosen that up. Pop these vice grips off. Yes, vice grips. I'm trying to do it with one hand. Get our oil pan underneath of here and catch all that oil. And then we just simply unscrew it. Remember, make sure that your engine is cooled off because that oil is hot. We're just going to unscrew this and our oil will start to drain. There it goes. This truck calls for 6 quarts, so 6 quarts plus a filter. So we're going to let this drain, and then we're going to go ahead and pull out the oil filter, which is on the other side, and I'll show you that in just. So here's our oil filter, and you can see it's a Fram, and I'm going to slide my oil wrench up on there. Remember, this thing works on tension, so you slide it up, get it tight, and then you can unscrew it. Real simple. One thing, this is a Chevy, and when this thing, it's a tight fit to get it in there. And as soon as we break the seal, it's going to start to drip oil, just because of how they set that up in there. But, you know, it's just how it is. So as soon as you break it free, you can see that oil starting to drop out. I'm just going to unscrew the whole thing and let it drop down into my oil pan. My oil's still a little bit warm, but it's okay. There we go. So here's our new oil filter. I rubbed some oil right around the O-ring here to help give it a good seal. Now we're just going to go ahead and stick it right back up on there, and we're going to screw it in there just hand tight. Then we're going to put the wrench on it and just give it about 3/4 of an inch turn. See it? About 3/4 of the way around, and that's nice and secure. Now we'll just take a rag and clean off the filter. We're ready to put the oil plug back in and fill it up with oil. Just to kind of get it clean so you can see what it's doing. We want to check for drips after we start it all up, so let's go ahead and put the plug back in. So we're going to put our oil plug back in the pan, and then we're just going to tighten it up. And yep, I'm going to use my vice grips. I think that they work great, and I have had no problems. And we just want to snug it up. Nice. Okay, so let's wipe all this off. Let's go ahead and put some oil in here and we'll check for drips. So we're using a 5W30 synthetic blend, and got our funnel, 99 cents at Walmart, and we're just going to start pouring it in. Pour it slowly. So remember, this truck takes 6 quarts, so that was a 5-quart container. Now I'm putting 1 single quart in, and we'll have 6 quarts. Really great way to do this, and you don't need to check your oil because you know the specs calls for 6 quarts. When it's empty, you put 6 quarts in and you know it's full. Real simple stuff. Put your oil filler cap back on and you're done. And so there we are, 520,000 miles using Fram and Valvoline. So you know, we drive hundreds and hundreds of miles every day, all of our vehicles, and there is a lot of maintenance, but if you maintenance your vehicle, I promise you that it's going to last a lot longer than you think. And yeah, you know, the Blue Book value goes way down when you have this many miles on it, but if you've got a strong running truck or car, you don't need to worry about that, right? Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.